Hey folks, it's Phil from ClevelandMoto, and today we got a spooky one for you. This is a 1990 Toyota Crown Hearse. And the Crown is the Toyota station wagon. That's a platform they use for sedans and station wagons. They end up being taxis, police cars, and a lot of different things over in Japan. This particular car is in 1990. It has been legally imported into the United States. All of its papers are correct, and it is titled legally in the state of Ohio, and it runs historical plates. This is a 2-liter inline 6-cylinder motor, fuel injected, 24 valves, and it is just as smooth as you can imagine. The car has only 53,000 kilometers on it. That's not miles, that's kilometers. That's about 31,000 miles, and it just drives like a top. Now, about how you drive this car. Well, this is a 4 on the tree, not a 3 on the tree, but a 4 on the tree. And that means it's manual transmission, and you shift with your left hand off of the column. So that's kind of a fun thing. If you've never had a car that's 3 on the tree or 4 on the tree before, this is that, and it is super cool. It drives perfectly. It runs out great. It handles much better than you would think it would. The color is a gold spray. The car was probably originally blue when it left the factory, and then this funeral home wanted it specced out in their colors, and it is a metallic gold paint, and as you can see, it sparkles in the sun. And with no miles on the car, very few miles, and it clearly has been indoor stored its entire life. Not a speck of rust on it. Look how straight it is. It is fantastic. Very, very cool car. Very, very fun to drive, and you will get all of the attention driving this particular car. We took it up to the Hearse meet in Hell, Michigan, and everybody went crazy for it. We met a lot of new friends driving this car, and it is just bodacious. Look at all the attention to detail, all the craftsmanship. That is all real wood and a copper roof, and it does, it is heavy. This is something that weighs about 1,000 pounds in the back of this station wagon, so it does not handle like a cat, but it does drive straight down the road and has no problem holding 70 miles per hour. Like I said, drove it up to Michigan. You're going to notice, of course, station wagon, it has the doors in the back, and those doors are service doors now. These doors are actually here so that you can keep things. Now, we see the tool roll down there, and there's a carpet in the bottom. You can see the bottom of the coach. You can see the bottom of the pagoda right there. It is glass. You'll see there's glass over the gold leaf. The phoenix is there. Really, really cool, real pretty. And then if you look inside, there's just no corrosion on this thing at all. It does run LT tires, so the ride is a little rough because it's LT tires, not luxury car tires, light truck tires because of the load. And if you look inside the arches, everything's just perfect. It's just beautiful. Such a neat car, such a clean car. And the metal on these, because they're building these to be professional cars, these Toyota Crowns were built to be taxi cabs. They were built to be police cars and things like that. They are built strong. They are built for professional duty. They're built to go and do a life's work. And so everything on it, the steel just feels thicker. It feels like it's better put together. The interior is nothing to write home about. It's just blue vinyl, but it's in great shape. I mean, because of the low miles and the indoor storage, it's in fantastic condition. Blue on the dash, very dark blue. AM radio with a cassette player, and it does have a PA system that has a small speaker above the driver in the top of the hearse, in the top of the wooden coachwork, and that is to let the attendees know when it's time to move on. There, as I said, 4 on the tree. It has air conditioning that will run you out. The heat and AC work perfectly. It is a really, really nice car to drive. It's remarkably pleasant to drive this car. And it does, you don't have to take a special class to operate it. Aside from operating on the right-hand side of the car instead of the left-hand side of the car, it is very, very easy to drive. Of course, you see that it has the mirrors up on the wings, which is fantastic. When you're driving the car, having these wing-mounted mirrors, I don't know why they ever got away from it. It gives you such a good view of the back of the car, and you also don't have any blind spots. Let's back up a little bit to really appreciate how this thing looks when it's coming at you down the road. And it does get the attention. Such a fun car to own, and mechanically, gone through the whole thing, it is delightful. Really, really is easy. Love that front end, the 4 round headlights, very classic. If I didn't tell you this car was from the 90s, you know, this is a 1990, you'd think it was from the 70s. It has a very, very classic look about it. Just could sit and look at the thing all day long. Very, very fun. Now let's start it up. I love the pen holder. See the little pen holder on the dashboard? Very cool. Now, this car comes with the clipboard from the previous owner, the company that owned it. It comes with an actual clipboard that has the guy's route sheet, the driver's route sheet, where you can see all of his routes and all the things he did. There's the service sticker. That's the last time. Now, that was valve adjustment on that service sticker in a full service. There you go. Fuel injected, so it starts right up, and it is just quiet. No tachometer, you really don't need one in here. There's no chance of you over revving this car or driving it too aggressively. It just is smooth as glass. Driving the car is just smooth as glass. There's that wing mirror we were talking about. And then if you look over to the right, you'll see your right wing mirror right there. Just works so cool, so easy to see behind you with those wing mirrors. And then we'll go ahead and pop the hood real quick. Now this car does have a remote gas cap release too. A lot of the Japanese cars do that. Not uncommon to see that. The hood does have the stays. It does have the props to hold the hood up, so you don't have to go looking for the stick. You'll see that we do have a battery tender on here. We put a battery tender on all of our vehicles, and that's the 24 valve fuel injected straight 6. Car has all of its maintenance stickers intact, built at the Kanto Auto Works. So very, very cool car, very excellent provenance. I like inside the hood, you can see the color it was when it left the factory, this dark blue color. And then you can see that it was sprayed for the company, for the funeral home. There you have it. Let's go ahead and slam it. And just solid. I mean, this is a solid car. So, oh, you guys want to see in the back? Yeah, let's do that. Well, of course you want to see in the back, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the fact that this car has a very special job to do. And if you're familiar with hearses, if you're familiar with funeral coaches, you'll know that they've got a lot of room in the back. And that's not the case with the Toyota Crown here. Oh, cool attention to detail. Little stays down here that you can latch to keep the doors so they don't blow closed on you. Okay, on both sides. The inside, holy cow, guys, get ready, because it is opulent. That is, yeah, all the way to the roof of this little Shinto temple you've got on wheels. Just beautiful craftsmanship throughout. Now, these panels on the side are removable. So you'll see these little clips on the side. So that is so you can take the panels off and change them if you wanted to. Maybe people of a different religion, or maybe people of a different desire, that they didn't want something so extravagant or flamboyant inside. But yes, these panels inside are modular. All the woodwork in here, all the craftsmanship, it all can be taken out pretty easily. It does have the stainless steel floor, which right now is reflecting the roof. Now, it does come with a set of stainless steel rollers for moving the caskets in and out. We took them out because it was just really awkward to get things in and out of the back of the hearse, physically get in and out of the back, because these things are just in your way. So we just removed them. They just screw into the deck there, and they come with the coach. So when you buy this particular car, it does come with the stainless steel rollers. And there's more of the attention to detail up close and personal on all this craftsmanship, on all this work. It is metal. The top is metal, so it's a metal skin over top of the wood, and the wood is thick. Everything on this. It's very interesting that when you're inside of here that you don't see any fasteners. It's really a good sign of craftsmanship, and on the outside as well. It's very, very hard to spot how this thing is put together. There's little screws holding the trim work on and the bright work on, but there's really nothing. You don't see any bolts or giant leg screws or anything. You can't see where it's affixed to the car. You can't physically see where they've managed to hold this thing in. So it is very artfully done. A significant amount of craftsmanship. So if you would like more information about this car, go to ClevelandMoto.com. That's right. It's really easy. It's listed on our JDM car page. Very easy to find out more information about this 1990 Toyota Crown Hearse. And you know, they don't use this anymore, and that's a sad thing. I don't know if you're aware about that, but Japan is giving up on this temple style hearse. They're not doing that. This is the end of an era. The hearses they're using now are more traditional Western style. In fact, they're using Lincolns and Caddies like we do. So this is a really neat piece of a bygone era. Really cool. Do your research, look into the Japanese hearses. They're so fun, they're so interesting. And this one in particular is just the eye catcher of all eye catchers. So again, Cleveland Moto. If you want to pick up a phone and do it the old school way, it's 216-795-5580 and ask for Phil. All right, guys, ride fast and take chances.